Today, I'm going to show you how to build anything with Google Gemini. So today we're deep diving into Google Gemini 3 and the entire Google ecosystem for AI. And this is not just like another AI model drop. This is Google showing you how to automate your entire business without writing a single line of code. So, and this is the same ecosystem that lets you compete with teams of other people by just using these free tools. And the setup is pretty simple. So I'm showing you exactly how everything connects together. And if you've been using ChatGPT or Claude and feeling like you're missing out, you are. Google just handed you a complete automation system. Most people have no idea how to actually use it. So stay locked in. This changes everything. Let's get straight into it. So you can use Google Gemini 3 inside gemini.google.com. Now, if we also want to build MIDI apps or landing pages or websites, for example, or even tools, we can go over to AI Studio, aistudio.google.com, as you can see. Now, on the left-hand side, if you click on build over here, you can then describe your idea. And inside this section, you can basically describe exactly what you want, right? So let's say, for example, I need to build a tool. Maybe I'm not sure what tool I need to build. So I can go onto the AI that I use the most right now. So for example, like Claude, I can say, give me some ideas plus prompts, the basic mini apps I can build, plus all of them in terms of the highest impact tools I could build today. Make them super simple so they're easy to build out. Basically, because Claude or Gemini or ChatGPT, whichever one you use the most, knows you the best, it will actually know exactly what to build and what to create before you build it. And if you're not sure where to start, this is one of the best places to find what you need to build, right? So for example, like a churn risk calculator or a school launch calculator or a YouTube clip analyzer, right? And you see it's actually giving us high value ones here. So these are like top priority. These are the high value and these are the quick wins. Now, why is that useful? It's useful because number one, you've got a bunch of ideas customized to you. But number two, you can quickly copy and paste these prompts into AI Studio to build whatever you want. And number three, this orders it in terms of what's the most useful, what's going to save you the most time right now. What could you implement today that would help you the most? There's no point building the app if you're not actually going to use it. So this is the best place to start. And then from there, you can start building out whatever you want. Right? And you can see how easy it is to do. Now, AI Studio is actually free to build with up to certain limits. So what you can do, for example, is let's say we wanted to create this, right? The churn risk calculator. We can copy this like so, right? And then we say, okay, create a prompt for building this. And now we can identify exactly how to build it as well, right? So I don't need to think of the idea. I don't need to think of which one is the most important. I don't even need to think about how to prompt the AI Studio to create it. I can just copy this prompt like you can see right here. Then we can go over to AI Studio, plug that in, and over here, you can see the supercharge your apps with AI, right? So let's say you were creating something that was voice powered. Well, you could click on that and it would actually add it as an operator inside the AI Studio prompts, right? Which means that when you're building this out, it's going to use different elements of all the AI ecosystem within Google. So for example, you could empower this tool to use Google search data or animate images or create conversational voice apps or generate images itself with it, right? So the difference between this and this is that with this one, you generate video, with this one, you generate images, right? And then we can X off that, click build, and we're good to go on that. Now, whilst waiting for that to build, let me show you exactly what I've built previously. This helped me a lot. For example, if I go to apps over here, you can see we built like a live keyword generator, a research visualizer, AI content creator landing page builder, the AI support voice agent, right? This is actually a live voice agent that I can interact with and ask questions to. As you can see, I just have to allow my microphone. And then from here, I can start asking the AI questions with the voice agent. And all this stuff is super easy to build. So this is building in the background right now, as you can see. And then we'll just wait for that. It's just been running for 35 seconds. It will take a little while to generate. If we go back to Google Gemini, we now have the deep research report, as you can see. We can actually export that, right? So we can export it to Google Docs if that's easier to read and learn from. So if we export that to Google Docs, you can see how this operates within the ecosystem. So not only can you use like NotebookLM and Google Gemini and AI Studio to build stuff and automate stuff for you, but also you can, again, export this stuff to, for example, Google Docs or Google Sheets, etc., and just make it super easy and simple. Right? Is Geo something that we're learning? Also, if you want to learn about Geo, check out the AI Profit Boardroom. So if you go to AI Profit Boardroom here, go to the classroom, and then type in SEO, AI SEO, you can go to the best AI SEO automations we have. Link in the comments description, and you can learn about Geo and how to rank inside AI search engines and how to leverage AI to rank using these processes as well. So check out the AI Profit Boardroom, link in the comments description, if you want to learn about Geo and how to rank inside AI search engines, right? Now we've got the churn risk calculator, as you can see, and it's broken down all the figures. We literally built this within a couple of minutes. You can see how it actually visualizes the data as well that we plug in. And then from here, we can change these and interact with it. So you see how the chart changes based on the information we plug in. This is super interactive and easy to use, right? So for example, here, we can plug this in, we're good to go. And then she has a nice little quote at the bottom over here. And if we actually want to deploy this, we can deploy it over here. And then we can select a cloud project, for example, like this one. We can verify that project. And then once that's done, it will actually launch on a subdomain, as you can see over here, right? So if we click on deploy app, let's wait for that to load. Again, it's going to verify, and we have it inside the AI space. As you can see, we'll close that tab, and that will deploy to cloud, right? Now, whilst we're in, let's go back to the deep research report, and you can see that it's now created a really in-depth report, like 19 pages, right? Super detailed report covering every single thing we needed to learn about that particular topic. And you can see how it's visualized data, for example, so the quick win prioritization. And then also, if we keep scrolling down here, it's covered pretty much everything that we wanted to do. And as we customize it, it's actually given us a 30-day implementable, actionable master plan on how to improve our churn rates, right? So you can see here how basically any sort of business constraint that you have, you can easily quickly build this stuff out and go from here step by step. Winning Reality says, did you know you can merge 2 tabs in Chrome now for a side-by-side view? Just click on the tab, you want to merge with the one that you're on. With a new Google Labs feature that I actually don't have access to, but you can do add tab to new split view as well, right? Which is pretty cool. Let's try this out. All right, so we've got side-by-side. Oh, this is cool. Thanks for the suggestion. So you can see that we've merged. This is really cool as well. Thank you very much for the suggestion. That's awesome. Shout out to Winning Reality. So you can see here, we've actually split 2 tabs into one so we can see them side by side. So we've got the deep research report over here. And then over here, we have the tool that we've created, right? Pretty nice. And then we can X off that and it will just go back to the normal view. Boom shakalaka, my friends. All right, we're learning stuff as we go along. Claude has extra features, right? Yeah, Claude is really good too. But today we are covering Gemini, so we're going to focus on that. And as you can see here as well, it's created some nice visualizations here. So you've got, for example, like the value of despair in SEO client retention, and it's created like a really nice report that shows you, okay, here's like the honeymoon period of an SEO agency, or when a client signs up to an SEO agency, and then this is how things compound over time. So if you had a constraint like this in the business, you could just say, okay, give me the 30-day plan, research everything on the internet about that particular topic, and then from there, we're good to go. Super simple and easy to implement. And just to recap, we have so far generated a deep research report, automated infographics, podcasts, mind maps, quizzes, flashcards, etc. with NotebookLM. We've exported that information to a deep research report inside Google Docs. And then also on AI Studio, we've built out a mini app that calculates our churn rates and how to improve it, right? Pretty simple and easy to do this stuff. So it's amazing what you can do with Google Gemini right now as well. If we go back to the new chat here, the other thing that I like to do is just edit images. So for example, let's say I'm preparing for a live stream. What we can do here is we can upload a file. So for example, I could upload a YouTube thumbnail that I want to use. Let me try and find one here. Here we go. So we've got a YouTube thumbnail here. And if we have a look at this image, you can see it says this, right? So there's actually a spelling error inside the thumbnail, right? So we can now go inside Gemini. We'll go on tools, create images, use Nano Banana, and we're using Gemini 3 as well in combination with that. And then we can say, okay, change to latest. And we can actually edit that thumbnail so that it generates a corrected version of the thumbnail. So, you know, if you need to move faster, if you need to change something, or let's say, for example, I wanted to focus on creating a live stream about Gemini 3 instead of NotebookLM, I could actually just go inside the chat, describe exactly what I want, and edit the image right there. And then it will take a couple of minutes to generate that. As you can see, it will modify the text, pinpoint the error, refine the output, and then eventually we will get an image that looks something like this with the new spelling, right? The corrected, updated grammar. So you can see how easy it is to do all this stuff, how to edit images, how to create videos, how to create images, infographics, reports, mind maps, flashcards, mini apps, etc. And you can do this all inside Google's ecosystem. Amara says, amazing, happy to. Any updates on Veo 4? Not that I've seen so far, but I'm watching out carefully for that. I think it'll be exciting when it comes out. All right. But I want to talk you through what you get inside the AI Profit Board, right? So first of all, you get the daily AI coaching calls. I'm live inside the community all the time, and you can just jump on camera inside the coaching calls as well. So if you go inside the AI Profit Board here, go to the calendar, you can see all the coaching calls. We actually have 4 a week where you can just jump on live. It's myself and my team. So for example, we also have a PhD trained specialist in AI, Dr. Jeff. On those calls, you can get daily coaching support whilst you're building everything. All right. So most people give up at this point. They just go back to basic use and their dream of automation just stops. But if you had daily coaching support whilst building everything, would that help you? Absolutely, I think. And that's what you get inside the AI profit boardroom here, right? You have two clear choices. You can take what you've learned today and try and figure it out alone, spend weeks testing, hit roadblocks, wonder if you're doing it right, maybe succeed eventually, maybe give up when it gets hard. Or choice number two is that you can join the AI profit boardroom right now. You can get a 30% discount. You can get into the mastermind, start building today on the daily coaching calls. And the difference is speed and certainty. Okay. Like alone, you might figure this out in 6 months. With daily coaching, proven templates, active community support, you're building working systems this single week, right? We're actually got a challenge on right now for newcomers and everyone inside the boardroom to build your first AI automation and get your first win within the next 7 days. And you can see 17 people have already joined the challenge. So if you want to join in with us, visit the AI Profit Boardroom, link in the comments description, and you get immediate access to the AI Profit Boardroom training library with every Google ecosystem implementation, all my best tools and templates from today's live stream, tons of other systems, so community growth mastermind, and everything else. All right. Now, also what you get inside there is like the community growth playbook. So you'll see how I've scaled a school community. If you actually type in school here, you get all the training for that inside the classroom, as you can see. So all these different trainings are like how to scale your community. And this playbook is exactly how I've built the community out to 1,800 people in school. You also get the Facebook domination system, and it will show you how to automate content creation with Google's AI and then distribute it across Facebook and Facebook ads and Facebook groups and everything else. You get the AI avatar engine. And the AI avatar engine is something that saves me 4 hours a day. And it shows you how to create professional AI avatar videos for content, outreach, and everything else, right? So if you type in avatar here, you'll learn how to create AI avatar videos with this video tutorial and the step-by-step procedure. And all the information inside the classroom is unique and exclusive, right? So you won't find it anywhere else. And you can get that inside the AI Profit Boardroom, link in the comments description. Now, let's see what questions we got here. DJ says, we already answered that. Please share some information about Gemini CLI. So that kind of goes outside the scope, but if you type in the AI Profit Boardroom, Gemini CLI, you'll see all these different video tutorials, including one recently updated from just a couple of weeks ago, right? So if you want to get the latest information on how to use this with action plans and step-by-step procedures, you can get it inside the AI Profit Boardroom here. And you can see we actually date and update the new updates inside here, right? So if you want to learn, for example, the newest stuff that's just come out, you can see even for the 13th of December, we've added all this new information here. So it's all dated. It's all easy to go through as everything else, right? DJ says, I think it was your video that had said I could share my Gemini Pro. Do you know if it shows on your account that you have Pro? I think you just check in your settings so you can see if you're on the Pro or the normal plan. And then CTPT says, I've got 8 books ready to launch into Amazon KDP. I'm just trying to figure out how to do the covers correctly. So you can actually use Nano Banana for doing that. We actually, if you like ebooks, we actually have a one-click ebook generator with NA10, as you can see. And that shows you a full workflow on exactly how to go from like idea to generating a full notebook, launching it on Google Docs, and then creating like ebooks in one click. And I actually have a video tutorial that walks you through it as well. All right. Amara says, got it. Thank you. Awesome. All right. So that's basically it for Google Gemini. Thanks so much for watching.